Hi, and welcome to Small Talks with MyWellbeing. Today, we're going to talk about reducing anxiety around returning to an in-person world. So some of you may be vaccinated, some of you may be in the process, some of you may be very far from that process. All of that is okay. You may be noticing on social media and in the media at large and in conversations with loved ones or colleagues that people are starting to talk about what does the world look like when we return to in-person. Maybe your office, if you're gainfully employed, is talking about when the office will reopen, and maybe some of those dates are creeping up on you. So here we're going to talk about some of the things you can start to do and start to process now proactively to reduce some of the stress around returning to in-person. Now more than ever, it is important to remember that if you are feeling a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety around the prospect of returning to groups, returning to things like happy hours and weddings and chit chat at the coffee pot in the office, if you're feeling a little wonky around that, you are not alone, and that is so normal. Many of us have passed the annual anniversary of the time at which we started quarantining, working from home, staying mostly at home, either with ourselves or with a very small group of other people, and you've adjusted. So one of the most amazing human things is that we're generally very adaptable. We start to adjust to our environment, the things that are in our day-to-day. So for better or for worse, you have adjusted to the roller coaster that was 2020 and early 2021. And the good news here is that you will also adjust to what's to come. You have already been through so many hard things. This is just going to be one more line item on the things you have already survived and in many cases thrived through. So all of that said, I recommend doing a brain dump so that all of these thoughts, concerns, anxieties, maybe things you're excited about, have some place to live. Because until they do, they want to be seen, heard, and sometimes acted on. And they can run on repeat on a hamster wheel until they have a home otherwise. So you can journal on pen and paper, if that best serves you. You can journal in a note app, you can journal in Google Docs. You can talk through some of these things with a peer, colleague, loved one. You can work directly with a therapist or coach. Now is a great time to approach some of those conversations and some of that work proactively. You can also process through voice, even if you're not talking to someone. So some of us are processed through written word, and that's our preferred method. Others of us prefer to process through speaking, and you can record voice notes, or you can literally behave as though you're on, a phone conversation with yourself. Go on a walk around your apartment or around your house, talk it out. You can record it if you want to re-listen to it and pull out some themes or some things that might be light bulb moments for you in hearing yourself talk, or you can literally talk into the world and let it go and just get it out of your head and heart and body, because otherwise you're going to hold on to that and it's going to feel like it's mounting, as though you're a pot with water in it and the water is kind of boiling up and starting to boil over. So it's important to prioritize these things because this transition is going to be happening for all of us. And if we don't proactively process in outlets that we choose, some of these stressors may start to manifest in ways that are outside of our control. So you may start to notice that there are changes in your appetite, in your skin, in your sleep habits, in your irritability with others, in your attention level, energy level. These might all be things that catch you off guard, that start to concern you, and they may feel like they're coming out of nowhere, but it could be that there's a lot of mounting stress, tension, uncertainty that does not yet have an outlet, so it's searching for what the outlet can be, and it's trying to get your attention. So what you want to do is you want to say, oh, hi, discomfort. I see you. I'm so curious about you. Can you tell me more about what are the things that are concerning you? And once you have that base level awareness, you can start to either create outlets for those things to live. You can start to do more learning and discovery, maybe coaching and therapy around how to overcome those particular things. Or you can simply acknowledge them and say, it is all right to feel that way. I understand that these next couple months might feel a little bit uncomfortable, and I'm here for it. So the last thing that I will say is in some of this processing, you absolutely want to process what is present for you, what's coming up for you right now, but also start to think about what were some of the silver linings? What are some of the things that changed or ebbed and flowed that actually may be better serving you than returning to how things were pre-quarantine? And some of the fear or anxiety may be a fear of losing those gains or a fear of regressing on some of those goals or patterns or things that have shifted that you've come to like. So again, there can be a lot of guilt, discomfort, uncertainty around having positive feelings about the last year plus. Know that it is extremely normal. You are not alone. And know that you can start proactively putting boundaries and practices in place for when you return to more of these internal or in-person invitations or pressures or requests on your time. And you may want to be protective. You may want to make conscious choices of what of the last year plus do you actually want to keep, and what are you going to put into your calendar, into your vocabulary, so that when a request is made of you that you actually want to say no to, or that you want to be boundaried around, what is your response going to be? So more on that in small talks to come. I hope this small talk was helpful for you. If you have thoughts or ideas or feedback around what has been working best for you that you want to share with the community, you never know who you're going to help. So please comment, DM, share here. And as always, keep your eyes and ears peeled for the question bubbles in our stories so that you can ask the questions that are most top of mind for you. So we keep small talks relevant to what you want and need to hear at any given time. Can't wait to see you again soon and hope that you have a grounded and fulfilling rest of your day. Bye.